Now let's understand how we can convert this dashboard into a black and white theme based dashboard. For that, we will be going to canvas background, and inside that we will be selecting the black background initially. So this is black selected. After that, we have selected this slicer, and inside the slicer we don't need the background, so we just remove the background. And then if we go ahead, we don't need the title as well, so that let's go further. And slicer settings, we want the single select on, so that is fine. If we go further, then inside the call out values we need to do some updates. So we want to show these values, and the size of them, let's keep them around 20, and let's keep the values color as white because we will be making this buttons as black. And let's keep them in the center, so the center is quite fine. And do we want the labels? If I say yes, so right now we don't want the labels. Now let's go to the buttons, and inside the buttons let's go and close the fill. So once we close it, you can see that the white area has gone. After that, let's go and select this again and do a little bit formatting. So inside these buttons, do we need the borders? So we just remove the borders because we don't want the borders as well. And let's make it here up to top. And we want the accent bar, so we created the accent bar. So let's go and select it, and the color of accent bar is black at the moment, so let's convert it to white. So these are three different years which we can select. However, instead of having accent bar here, let's keep the accent bar based upon selection. So let's go here, and within the accent bar, how do we want them? So we want them at the bottom, so all these accent bar at the bottom, and let's have the width as 1, and let's keep these years I can say here. Now if we want to go and select any particular year, so let me just show you what will happen. If we select 2025, so the color should change so that the user can understand that we have selected any particular year. So if we go to slicer settings, and inside slicer we want to change some settings. So here apply settings to default. Right now this is a default state. However, when we hover, we want to change its color. So when we hover, we want its color to be instead of black, let's keep it aligned with our theme color, and let's make it I can say, let's go to the colors here and select the yellow color. We will be taking a lighter shade of this color. So here we just paste it, and after that let's copy this color, and let's keep it for our reference here. I am just pasting it here, not exactly, but yeah, let's keep it here. Now let's come back to our this area, and I press enter. If you see now, then whenever I hover over any area, you can see that this shows that color is changing. 2025 is not changing because this is selected at the moment. So we go and apply settings based upon selected. So we do that, and whenever any data point is selected, we want to have it on the same color. Now you can see that this is selected, that is fine, but if we hover over others, if we select 2027, so this keeps on changing based upon our hovering. So this is our initial slicer for selecting the years. Now after having this particular slicer, we need to convert this chart of I can say pie chart. So right now we don't need to show the this entire area of pie to be too big. So let's go to format, and inside format, right now we don't need the title, we don't need the legends, or we can have the legends, but let's keep them at the bottom, so they don't take much space on the right, and the size of pie increases and visibility of it increases. So we done that, and after that let's go to the slicers, and if our business segment is offline, let's keep it as white. Right now this is showing white, we will be just keep the background white off. And in the case of online segment, let's keep it little I can say darker or lighter shades. So let's select it first, and let's do one thing first. Let's go to our let's size and style and close the background. Now we have closed that. Again, let's come to slicers here, and let's make its color based upon whatever suits best. So this color is not suiting best. I think little light color would be working here fine. So let's take this one. This one looks good because this is getting differentiated, or you can select based upon different requirements of the user. So this looks fine. After that, let's go to our slices, and inside slices we want to increase the inner radius so that it looks a little more slim. And once we have done that, let's go to our data labels. So these are the data labels which are showing the data here, and the data labels are outside right now, which is fine for us. We can keep them inside also. So if we do that, that won't show good. So let's keep them outside, and the numbers which are showing here are the data value in percentage, which is fine. Now let's go to the value and select the color. So the color selection would be again same, because we are following a specific theme, and based upon theme we want to show the data. So this color selection has been done, and the decimal places are already in millions, so that is fine with us. And yeah, we have converted this chart. Now let's go to our this timeline chart where all the 4 quarters are showing. So what we need to do, let's make it little smaller, uh, and let's keep it on the left here. Now we let's keep it here. Now let's go and remove the background first, because we don't want the background, so we just remove the background. After removing the background, do we need the title? No, we don't need the title, so that creates some more spacing for us. On x axis we want to show the quarter, so that is fine, but we don't want to show the, I can say, title. So I just close the title here, and on the values, do we want to show the values? Then yes, we want to show these values, so that is fine. And on the y axis, let's not show the values as well as title. Instead of that, we will be showing the numbers over these lines. Now after that, let's come to our grid lines. So right now we can see that the grid lines are there on the vertical axis, which we removed. Post that, if you go to our lines, inside our lines the lines are solid, which is fine, and the joint type is round, which is also fine. We can reduce the width of the line, so I have reduced it, but I think 3 size is quite good. And instead of linear, let's keep them smooth. So the line has become smooth, and based upon selection of years, these will be keep on changing and numbers would be selected. Right now, let's go to our, where it was, yeah, line was here. And if you go to our colors, so let's select the line based upon our theme color. So the white looks good because this is a black and white theme. And if we want to shade the area, so we will be selecting this on area here. Now do we want to open on the data labels? Then we can say yes. So our data points are showing here based upon our selection, as you can see. And these data points which are showing here, let's wait for a second, let me select it. Yeah, so the values are showing here, but these are very lighter, so let's make them little bold and let's change their color to our theme color. So these are more visible now, these are more visible. Similarly, let's make this pie chart data also little bold, so that they becomes more visible. So we go to values, inside values, let's go and make them bold. Yeah, that's fine. Now we are here inside our chart, and that is good, but these bottom areas are still not more visible. So let's go to our x-axis. This is our x-axis, and inside these values, let's make their size as 10, and instead of having this color, let's make it our theme color, and we can make that bold, but the bold won't help, so this is fine. So this is our revenue by quarter. Also let's make its legends also the theme color. So we go to our legends here, and inside our legends, inside the data labels, the let me one second, this is getting loaded. Yeah, so here the details are here, and color is selected. Okay, what I will do, I will update it at the end, because right now this is, I'm not able to locate it. So yeah, that's fine. Now let's go to our next chart, which is our I can say this is our I can say KPI, right? So for this KPI chart, again what we'll be doing, we'll be going to shape and style first, and we'll be removing the background. We don't need the background. Also inside these cards, again we don't need the background as well, and inside these cards we don't need the border, or do we need the border? We'll be taking a call based upon our data. Now these are our call out values. So for call out values, let's convert them to white color. So this is our white color. Let's keep them in the center, and let's give these names. This is the sum of revenue, and this is sum of target. So let's go to our one second, let me bring it here. This is little bit stucking, but yeah, we'll be able to achieve our target. One second. Yeah, so here you can see that the call out values is mentioned here, which is in white, and that is fine for us. And if we go little below, here the labels are on, we can keep them off and on, but this label is on, and instead of having a black color, let's keep them into our theme color. So this is showing our sum of revenues or our targets, and let's go more below, and here we don't want to show the borders, so we just close the border, or we can have the border, but let's format the border little bit with the white color, so that would look more appropriate. And let me just bring it here at the this area, and finally let's come to our bar chart. So if we go to our bar chart, we don't need the background, and if we go to our x axis, so the values are January, February, so that is fine with us. Now wait for a second, let me just take it. Yeah, so this is the x axis, and on the x axis we want to show the color. So this is our I can say yellow color showing the months, and on the y axis we don't want to show the values as well as the axis. So let's just remove that, and here if we go more below, so we can go and select this column area. Now for these columns, instead of having the black color, let's go and select the white color, and the transparency is quite fine and we don't need the border. However, these columns we can just shrink their size and increase or reduce the sizes. So this let's go to the layout part here, and this is asking for space between categories, so we can just increase it based upon our requirement. And here we can bring the data labels on the top of these I can say columns. So we can go and just keep the data labels on. When we do the data labels on, the numbers are showing, however we need to select it based upon our theme colors. So the color is here, which is I can say yellow again. So we selected that, and based upon that this looks fine. Also its title is a little bit hidden, so let's go here again, and the title, if we go to our title, so the name is sum of revenue by month, so we can give it name of revenue by month and keep the title color as white. Similarly, if we go here in our pie, here if we go and if you go to the title, so let's give this name as revenue by channel, and let's make its color as white. Here we are having our revenues by quarter, so let's go and on the title here as well, and inside this title let's write revenues by quarter and have this color as white again. Now here this border I don't like this border at the moment, so let's go and remove the border, because this is just disturbing the entire view here. So we come here, and here let's close the border. So this is our sum of revenue and sum of targets. Now let's go and bring our final show bringer. So we go to our format. Inside that format, let's go to the canvas background, and instead of having this initial background, let's go and browse for our Finnair shoe company background, and let's make it fit to page. And finally you can see that our entire dashboard has been created, and we can go and select any particular year, and based upon that the data points would be updated. And I hope you understood this, and thank you so much for watching.